Okay, so I'm going to show you this app and what we're working with here. So, excuse my wonderful daughter in the background. Muse, headband. It's got some sensors around the top here, infrared sensor. That I don't mind too bad because it's not directly pointed down my third eye, and it's meant to be low powered enough that it doesn't penetrate too deep. It's only surface level, so we can detect the blood flow. That gives us the ability to be able to monitor our cardiac, respiratory type of stuff, including all sorts of wonderful things like mind meditations, heart meditations, body meditations, breath meditations, guided meditations, which kind of combine all of them, but they're a pain in the butt because you can't do all of them to music or to scenes. You have to do all of them to guided meditations. Maybe that'll be something they unlock later. Basically, the guided meditations is how they make most of their continued money. The equipment and the setup is, in terms of actual quality technology, not video games and distractive entertainment, like as far as scientific equipment goes, this is extremely cheap. There's all sorts. Body meditations are focused about sitting still, so the gyroscope and the headband will monitor how much you move in your meditation, and it'll give you a score based on how still you stay. Very difficult to do because even your breath takes off the sensitivity of the gyroscope. So that's for your real Zen fans who love going the deepest of the deep, where the body is basically in a permanent tranquil state that is like its own isolated bubble of separate reality to everything else. It's amazing stuff. The heart meditation is all about bringing your awareness to your heart and giving you the ability to be able to manipulate your heartbeat using just your thoughts. So you meditate and you listen to the guided meditations, and they teach you how to use your breath to modulate your heart rate. So where you can drop it or raise it if you're about to do some physical activity, or raise it if you've got a hot discussion that you're about to enter into, something like this. If you're about to enter into a court case, it's a good idea to try to calm yourself down because it's unnaturally high due to nervousness in that sort of circumstance. This type of stuff gives us the ability to be able to deal with these things in real life scenarios when we haven't been able to, because this teaches us how to use our body and ourselves in a way that can't really be taught in school in any sort of fashion. The standard mind meditation. Now, Muse has gone through very big transformations since the very beginning. I've been following them since the start. I've got the 2nd edition headband on at the moment, which gives us all of these. The 3rd edition headband is actually a soft headband, fabric headband with the sensors in it, so you can put it on while you're asleep and not have to worry about rolling over and tossing and turning. It'll still actually monitor your brain activity while you're asleep, so you can check it out in the morning. The profile and stuff, so it gives us an idea of how much we've been doing over the past week or so, depending upon the size of the scale of the graph, what different types of meditations we do. The purple ones are the mind one, the green one is the guided meditations. So you can see I clearly much prefer to do the minds. Yay! Hi! We have total minutes, Muse points. Yeah, I've spent a lot of minutes. I mean, all in all, I've had this thing for God knows how long, and I do about 98% of my meditation without it on. Just FYI. You set your weekly goals, you've got challenges that you do. I might try to do that today. Milestones, things like this. Here we get into the measurement systems, which is what I usually post. So let's have a look at this one. This is where we've got all of the others in with it. I don't think I did too well on this one. I think I was so you can see the body one down here. The yellow is the body, heart, and top is the mind. So you can clearly see the differences in tiny fluctuations of movements. These are like shifts in body position, these big ones. These tiny ones are probably my breath rates down here. This is getting right into my focus. I was just like, that's it. I'm going to try to stay as still as I can. Yeah. And yeah, there we go. Meanwhile, at the same time, I managed to focus on my heart from the very first position and then completely forgot about it. So I got 51 beats per minute it was measured at, which is, yeah, definitely getting into my my better parts. So you've got historical stuff there with your heart flow as well, which shows that I'm generally on the better side of the of the mean. Your mind. So the three horizontal lines and stuff are your basic high, medium, low, that type of thing in your heart rate because of the crackly screens down the side. You've got your beats per minute, 100 at the top. Sort of on my grey bar is sitting directly where 70 is, so it spans up to about 75, 76, drops down to about 63, and that type of thing. Your mind at the top here is the ones I usually post, except via the mind meditations, so we get little birds as bonuses and stuff, the little stars or recoveries, so where we tend to have a moment like this, where we have a peak of activity and then we manage to get ourselves back under control using our breath, and Muse can notice this and give us a point there, you know, for your recoveries, as they're called. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm going to do now a 3-minute meditation, so that way you can check it out, and it's the guided one that you start with, at least I think so. So it should give us an idea of all of the varying aspects that we kind of deal with in the shortest amount possible. So first, we set the length. 3 minutes is your first session. Soundscapes are your, obviously, soundscapes. Beaches, rainforest, deserts, city parks, ambient music. That's one I usually like to do, although my mind is usually active in this. And I find that interesting because when I go to the desert or the beach, the sound of wind on the sand seems to have a very big difference in the functionality of my brain when I'm not aware of it's being used. It's almost like it's processing all of the sounds in this one as opposed to the lack of sounds in the sand and the waves and stuff. So these are the ones that Muse has always had, and they've only just released a whole bunch of new sound packs, which is awesome, along the lines of campfire, gentle rain, river, ocean, just birds. So you can just listen to the birds. You'll hear them as we go through the session, or you can have silence. Of course, I mean, you don't actually need to click that. You can put your phone on mute. Whatever. Anyway, downloaded them all. I'm going to go... Yesterday I was doing the campfire. Usually I don't like the music too much because, yeah, it's nice. It's the typical boring type of stuff, and people are usually pretty cool with that. But I much prefer the sounds of nature. So let's work with... I have not done the ocean, if I recall. I did the river and the gentle rain. Or should we do the gentle rain? Let's do the ocean. Doing some whale and Warlock lately. A random plug. If you are on Facebook, then check out my profile. We have a special group talking about the whale and the Warlock. This is the beginning. This is where it's testing. I've got Muse.
Now that you have good signal quality, Muse will calibrate itself by taking a snapshot of your brain in a natural state.
Yes, I've got Muse on
This snapshot will
at the
be
moment.
used as a reference to help Muse understand your brain signals.
So it's testing my brain before we go into
Muse
the
will
meditation.
take less than a minute to calibrate. Then your session will begin.
So that way it's getting a
You won't
baseline.
need to look at the screen during this calibration, so feel free to put your device down within reach or rest it in your hands.
So I'm just going to sit
Find
back,
a comfortable position and
close my
your
eyes, and
Allow
think a
your back to be
little bit,
straight
not too
and
much.
relax your shoulders.
Goal here is not to
Take a deep
meditate, just to relax. That is a
As you
sign of
exhale,
the sensors
let
on
go
my
of
ear.
any tension you might be holding in your face and jaw.
So when you do the typical
Once you're comfortable,
inhale.
try not to move too much and keep your eyes closed. Muscle tension and eye movements can interfere with signal quality.
So I'll go silent
Muse
now.
is now listening to your brain signals. Relax and let your mind flow naturally. If you notice that you're distracted, just let it happen. There's no need to do anything about it.
Yeah, meditation is about acceptance, not thinking. So whatever you do, you just accept. Whatever comes at you, you just accept. It's acceptance training. I totally accept my reality as it is because I'm the sole constructor of it. All parts and pieces. My own mantra.
It's time to begin. You're about to use real-time feedback to guide your mind into the present moment. This can feel very different from our usual tendency to think or worry about the past or the future. This might sound a bit new, but don't worry. It's all about being playful. The best way to develop your meditation practice with Muse is to take it lightly and find out what works for you. While you do a simple meditation exercise, the weather in this environment will reflect what's happening in your brain. As your brain changes, the weather will change in real time. When you're focused on your breath, Muse will detect steady and constant brain signals and translate them into calm and peaceful weather, like this. If you're especially calm, you may even hear a few birds singing. Eventually, you will become distracted and your mind will wander. When your focus shifts away from the exercise, Muse will detect fluctuations and changes in your brain signals, and you'll hear the weather get more intense, like this. Your goal is to try and calm and settle the weather in this environment. Sometimes it'll seem easy, and sometimes it will be hard. But one thing is always true. Just by setting aside a bit of time to meditate every day, you're building your mind's ability to calm itself. Tap the button when you're ready to try Muse.
Ready? Hi, Dahlia! I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
During this exercise, so feel free to put your device down within reach or rest it in your hands. When you're ready, sit in a comfortable position. Allow your back to be straight and relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Settle in. Take a few moments to relax by becoming aware that you are breathing. No need to change your breathing. Your body knows how to breathe. During this session, do your best to keep your attention focused on your breath, wherever you feel it most clearly. You might feel it in your stomach, chest, or nose. When the weather gets intense and you notice that your mind has wandered, don't worry. Just come back to your breath without judging how you're doing. Ready? Place your attention on your breath now.
I just realised all the birds turned off. So you probably think I'm sounding really loud. The volume is up very loud. So it wasn't the high activity sort of stuff.
Great job.
Commentary? No more. Yeah, that wasn't super calm because the birds weren't present. We heard a couple of them. I'll show you my records so that way you can check out how much it fluctuates. But yeah, we do fluctuate quite a bit. So they've introduced this new score point system, which is kind of pointless. I think it's just there to make it so that way they've got a share option to create more activity on Facebook around this type of stuff. 49% calm. All right. 3 minutes and 7 birds in total. So there was a few of them there that we had while I was silent. See there? So that would have been where I opened my eyes at about 1:20. Up as soon as I opened my eyes and then started to think about it. Oh, fuck. The birds. That's why I'm not hearing any birds, because I've turned the volume down. So I've opened my eyes, turned the volume, you saw me do that, and then closed my eyes again, gone back into a state of meditation. And as it turns out, I did spend in the last part there the majority of the time in under cool or calm, but the super cool calm stuff where the birds are is basically just a little bit lower than what I was averaging. Rewards come in, so when you've got like, yeah, congratulations, you got birds, yeah, composure, awesome, and other sort of stuff too. There's all sorts of rewards and things. Save, and then it marks off a new chart on today. There it is. below the screen. So yeah, added another few birds to my total, and then we go back into our next meditation for, say, heart meditation, and then we just have fun. Yay! Hope you enjoy it. Add any questions? Yeah, it's cool stuff. And yes, I do teach this stuff, and there's some really amazing stuff that you can do. This isn't just meditation. This is a whole new feedback interface system with a part of our body that humans have not been able to interface with externally using devices. We've only ever interfaced and had feedback cycles with our internals via meditation and listening. Now we have technology, and it has huge, unexpected benefits. Huge. But as is always the way, we don't rely on it. Like I said, I don't spend all my time meditating with this, even though in the last few, see here. So I tried to recently start doing it a bit more to try to get some more data and readings on it, create a bit more activity around it. But clearly, you can see sometimes it fluctuates. I usually do a 10-minute one just in the morning, and we've got, today was 49, 91, 77, 65, 84, 93, 44, 84, 83, 99 for 6 minutes. Nice. Let's have a look at that one. Oh yeah. Look at those birds. And Avery. So yeah, Birds of Eden was pretty clarity award as well on that one. So yeah, there's all this really cool stuff like that. 60, 86, 39, 23. See, so you do get some really interesting stuff, and you can't criticize yourself too much because your brain goes through cycles that are intertwined with the electromagnetic fluctuations of the Earth, the Schumann resonance, as well as clearly the electromagnetics of the Sun, and obviously the gravities that interplay in between all bodies come into play too. So I'm still perfecting things like finding out if data is represented differently on full moons and things like this. We've had some really amazing experiments and stuff like this, but sadly, because I'm not a registered scientific institute, none of them are qualified experiments or anything like this. It's all sort of home job cowboy stuff, which is lots of fun, you know. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. 20 minutes was a bit longer than I was planning for a 3-minute meditation. So yeah, enjoy the full run through. If you want some more information on how I can help in these ways that I've been developing in my own private studies and things like this, then reach out to me. You know, Muse is a funny company. I've tried to do a lot with them under certain circumstances. And funnily enough, they don't seem to be too focused on you know, I don't want to badmouth them in any capacity, but they've just got different goals than what I do, and that's perfectly cool because they've got their purpose, and I've got mine. So whatever happens in terms of anybody else is more than welcome to jump on and check out what I'm doing, or to just use it for yourself, because this literally is the beginning of a new age of interactive awareness for ourselves. So remember, technology is there to create ability, not to create dependency. Okay, these tools are there for us to hone and sharpen our edges against, to be able to stand alone. You don't get devices like this to meditate every single time with them. It's an interesting little frequency wave I've got happening on my phone, isn't it? So take advantage of it. Don't become addicted to it, because that's literally the definition of a bad relationship. When we are addicted, addiction is bad brain chemistry, which causes what we usually call bad brain chemistry, which is too much what we call negative brain chemistry, stressed brain chemistry, which starts to actually wear and tear on muscle development instead of building muscle development like the usual bodybuilding type of approach where we stretch, break, and then repair. Well, stress just keeps breaking. So we need to stop it occasionally to be able to bring it back. This is all fantastic for that. And in today's world, where heart disease is the biggest killer out there, despite what the media might be lying about to everybody's faces 1 billion times a day, heart disease is the biggest thing that we have to worry about right now. The heart disease comes down to one thing, which is stress, inflammation of coronary markers, as is per the interesting. Well, now I'm going off subject, so yeah, I'll finish up there. Thanks for watching.